Now see here, students, we have gone through the magnetism. Now we will go with the some important basics connected with the magnetism. Now if we now understood the magnet, we already understood the magnet. Here what we are having, north pole and south pole. Now how we can define this south pole and north pole? Because there is a concentration here. If you will put some magnetic material near to it, you will find that it is depositing at the end, at both the ends. Why is it so? ऐसा क्यों है? क्योंकि यहाँ पर इसकी स्ट्रेंथ ज़्यादा है. इसी को हम कहते हैं मैग्नेटिक पोल स्ट्रेंथ. व्हाट वी कॉल इट एज ए मैग्नेटिक पोल स्ट्रेंथ. इसकी स्ट्रेंथ जो है, द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द मैग्नेट विच इज very strong near to the ends, both the ends. Okay, so they are called the magnetic poles. So पहला जो हो गया आपका magnetic pole हो गया. Magnetic poles, there are two. One is north and another is south, and they are having a concentration of attraction, है ना. So pole strength is there, and you will get more attraction here. Means you will have more attraction over here in both the ends, means north pole and south pole. And we also know that the north and south pole always exist in pairs. If we go through it, what we will get? North south, like this. So they will always be existing in pairs. If you break them, they will be again having two magnets. Okay, so the magnetic poles is there. Now if you are putting a magnet, means it will have some field, it will have some influence. So that influence in a particular region or in a particular field, we are going to have magnetic field. We can call it as a magnetic field. If you are substituting, or we can relate it with electric field also. Electric field may, what we are getting, the force experienced per unit positive charge. Here it is also the force experienced by pole, a north pole. When we are putting some north pole, it will be experiencing some force. So that will be defined in terms of the magnetic, in terms of the pole strength also, and in terms of force also. Because it is having some experience. If you are putting some magnetic material over, it has no effect. Means its magnetic field is not there. So it is not having any influence. Okay. Then if we go with the magnetic length, so here it is, there are magnetic length, if we go through this, north and south, so here from this end, this is not the end, it is somewhat inside this, here it is also inside. This is known as the magnetic length. It is the magnetic length and the length of the magnet. Both will be different. Both will have different length of magnet and magnetic length of magnet and magnetic length will have a difference. Length of magnet will be more as compared to magnetic length. Now the length of magnet, that we can call it as a geometric length. And this length which is from the pole to pole, that is your magnetic length. And if we go with the relationship, so we will be having magnetic length divided by geometric length, which is nearly 0.89. We can have this 0.89. Okay, it is 0.84. So what we are having, magnetic length divided by geometric length will give the, means in simple language we can say the geometric length का 84% magnetic length होगा. The 84% of geometric length will give the magnetic length. Okay, so what we have got? We have got magnetic poles, magnetic field, magnetic length and geometric length. Now If we go through the next one, that is fourth. If we are talking about this north and south, if we are moving in this direction, this is magnetic axis. We can call it as a magnetic axis. Okay. So it is magnetic axis, and if we talk perpendicular to the magnetic axis, which is known as magnetic equator. It is magnetic equator, which is, we can say, which is perpendicular to magnetic axis. Okay. So these are the important some basic points which are connected with the magnetism. Magnetic poles, you must know there are two poles, one is north and south. Magnetic field, if you are keeping a magnet and if you are bringing some magnetic pieces material of having a property of magnetism, they will be getting attracted. But it will be having some reason in all directions, so it will be having some influence, that we can say. Then magnetic length is the length from north pole to south pole, means the distance between the two poles of magnet. This will give the magnetic length. Geometrical length of the magnet, which is exactly the length of the magnet, and there will be relationship. Magnetic length and geometric length has a ratio of 0.84. Then we have talked about magnetic axis. This will be the magnetic axis, which will be in the, and perpendicular to it will give the magnetic equator. Okay. Now if we go through the pole and we have talked about magnetic field, so definitely there will be a force between these poles, because there are north pole and south pole. Both are having opposite polarity. So there will be force of repulsion and force of attraction. Force of repulsion will be depending upon the charges, poles. And what are the poles? If we are having like poles, then there will be force of repulsion. Similarly, if we are having unlike poles, then there will be a force of attraction. So Coulomb has given a law which is just like in Coulomb's law for electrostatic force also. Here, if we are assuming M1 and M2 pole strength, if we are assuming these two poles which are having some pole strength, say M1, say it is M2, we can say QM1, we can take it as QM1, and we are taking it as a QM2, which are separated at a distance of r. Then there will be a force. The force will be given by, force is directly proportional to the product of their pole strength of the magnitude of their pole strength first point. Second, we can say, this is the first point, we can put it here. Second point, it is inversely proportional, if you have taken the distance r, is inversely proportional to the square of the distance between them. Square of the distance between them. Okay. Now here what we have got, we can conclude it like this: F is directly proportional to QM1, QM2, and F is directly proportional to 1 upon r square. So F is directly proportional to QM1, QM2 upon r square, and here we are having F is equals to a constant which we are removing it with K, that is QM1, QM2 upon r square. QM1, QM2 r square. Now if we go with this, F is equals to K, K will be removed by mu naught upon 4 pi. Now here this is the permeability. This is the permeability. Mu naught is permeability, that we will discuss later on. QM1, QM2 upon r square. This is the force which is acting between the two poles, which is having the strength QM1 and QM2, and which are placed in vacuum. Mu naught is the permeability in vacuum. Now its value mu naught is equals to 4 pi into 10 raised to the power minus 7 Henry per meter. This is the value of mu naught. Okay. So here what we have got, mu naught is equals to 4 pi into 10 raised to the power minus 7 Henry per meter. This is the permeability. Okay. So we have got this value, we can substitute here. Okay. Now here what we have got, mu naught 4 upon pi qm1 qm2 upon r square. Now suppose if we are having qm1 equals to qm2, which is equals to a unit value, means it is having a unit pole strength. Both the poles having unit pole strength. So here what we are having, F is equals to mu naught 4 pi. This is 1 r, and r square, that we can take it as a 1 meter. So what we are having here, F is equals to 4 pi mu naught, we are having a value 4 pi into 10 raised to the power minus 7 divided by 4 pi. So what we are getting a 10 raised to the power minus 7 Newton. The force which is acting between these two charges of equal pole strength or unit pole strength, which is exerting a force of 10 raised to the power minus 7 Newton when separated at a distance of 1 meter. So we can define the unit pole strength in terms of the force. The unit pole strength between this, which is at a distance of 1 meter, exerting a force of 10 raised to the power minus 7 mu naught, which we have got the permeability of free space. This will give the value. Okay. So we can have some basics, and this basics which we will be using for understanding the magnetic effect of electric current. We need to know what is magnet first. We know, and then we can move further. Okay. So that's why we need to know these basics which are connected with the magnetism. Okay.